Hi everyone, I am Kirkland Smith. This is my little helper, Kirkland Smith, my son. I want to welcome you to Art Time with Kirkland Smith. Let's get started. Today's art activity for this episode is greeting cards. We're going to work on greeting cards, and right now while we're going through this pandemic, I think two things are important. First, we want to go and do a thank you card. So greeting cards, you can do any kind of design, and greeting cards it's a short little thought, and sometimes you want to show appreciation and love for people who are important to you. And a nice way of doing it is using a greeting card. And greeting cards can be used for thank you, for instance, where we think about our frontline workers who are there to care for those who are sick in the ICU. We think about people who are essential workers, like those from BL and other utility companies, the grocery shops, and some of us have parents, uncles and aunts, or older brothers or sisters who need to work, or police officers or soldiers who should be out there, custom officers, immigration officers. So, and a lot of other people who are in the front line who are risking their health and their lives to make sure the country continues to run and that all of us are safe. And one way of showing appreciation, you can create a thank you card. In this case, we have a nice little simple design at the front and a nice little saying inside. It begins, "Thank you for your selfless sacrifice." Also coming up, we have Mother's Day coming up in May, and many of us want to show our mothers love and create a nice little card to show her that we appreciate what they have done for us. Like, "Happy Mother's Day, love you mom." And your greeting card designs can be for birthday, for anniversary, for graduation, for sympathy, to give someone to say get well soon. So your greeting cards could include a whole heap of different mentions of love or compassion and care for others that you can show other people. Simple thought, but very strong appreciation. So the first one is a thank you card. What do we need? We need some blank paper. It can be large, it can be small, and we need some lettering designs. So we have some letters that we printed off in this instance. If you can't print it, you can look up on your tablet or phone if you have. If not, you can create your own lettering. All of us know how to write A, B, C, the alphabet, so you write it out nice and neat. The idea of greeting cards is that we're using beautiful letters with a nice simple design to create a nice effective piece of work to show appreciation and love. So the first thing we want to do, our greeting card, we have our paper, we fold it in half. In this case, we want to make sure that it's pretty much in half like this. Sometimes if you can, you might have books around that has shapes and letters and different things in it that you can use to create a design. So your resource does not have to be just from the internet. You can have different books around that you can find design. In this case, for this thank you card, I thought about creating a thank you card for our frontline workers. So a nice picture of the mask. This is a shape that we have. We're using a picture of the surgical mask, and we use the shape of a trapezium to get that look. So from here now, I want to make this look real. I remember when you do graphic works, you don't have to be realistic, but you just want to get that element of the effect. It's symbolic, so it has to give the appearance of being real, and people need to be able to recognize what you have or what you're working with. Alright, so that is the mask, and you can clean it up however you want. Make sure that you put and then I want to write thank you. I could use the same script that I have on the card that I made before, or I can use a different lettering here that I found. Alright, so I see this here. Make sure you imagine how you want to fit it down. Make sure that it fits you. Alright, so I make sure that the space is sufficient. You normally want to count how many letters are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we count the letters and we make sure it fits here. So I'm going to use this design here, this T, and I'm going to draw it. Now, when you do graphic design with letters or the alphabet, we're not writing the letters. We're doing what we're drawing the letters. So there's a difference between handwriting and hand lettering. When we normally write our name or we write our notes for school, we call it handwriting. But when we're drawing the letters, we call it hand lettering. We want to be elegant, so we have our T, small h. It doesn't have to be the same thing, remember? Remember, it doesn't have to be exactly the same. A, and then we have our N. And you could do it creatively. You don't have to write a straight line. So be creative in how you put the letters together. Give it some effect. And then you. Thank you. We want to show appreciation. I want them to know that we're thinking of them. And sometimes when you're working many hours, maybe for a long while, you get tired, you get exhausted, you feel like no one is thinking about you, you miss your family. But we want them to know that we're thinking about them. All frontline workers and the essential workers who make sure that the country is still. And then we have our nice design. Thank you. So then when we're finished, I can use a marker, a pen, or use the same pencil. And while I'm working and showing you this, Jakim is working on his Mother's Day card. And see, he's doing his same own design here. So now what I can do, and don't be afraid to move around. I can go ahead and go over what I have drawn in pencil. Don't worry if the marker doesn't go over the whole pencil completely, that's fine. Remember, there's no mistake in art. We make art and we do our best. And good art takes time. This is my mask design. And I put the mask because then the mask is symbolic of those who are working, who are risking their lives. It's a symbol. So even if you notice when I'm outlining my mask, it's not looking the same, going over the lines completely, which is fine. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to clean it up with my eraser before I add my colors to it. So let's work on that. Alright. And don't be afraid to share. And then, of course, depending on the marker you're working with, you want to borrow this? Cool. You're doing an excellent work there, Jakim. So let that dry a little. Use my eraser. Clean it up. Clean it up a little. Don't be afraid. Nice. And we're pretty much almost over. I have a little brush here that I use to clean it off to make sure that we don't have any dirt around. So when we start put on our colors, we can do that. Alright, so now I'm going to use color pencil for this. Let me show you. I want these letters to pop out. So what I did, I use my crayon and I go over the letters. Just color over it like you're creating a highlight. It gives a little effect to your work. Nice. I like how this is coming out. Nice little effect around it. So instead of just having one black color, you can put some effect, and I can use a different color. So I go over it. You don't have to be perfect. I'm just coloring over the letter and adding color for the effect. And see, with the crayons adding effect, it makes it pop, it makes it stand out more. And then I can go ahead and I can color the mask. I'll use blue. Don't worry how it comes out. You just be creative, do the work. Don't be afraid of the result, and you can create more than one greeting cards, just like this. Thank you for your Mother's Day coming up in May, Father's Day coming up in June, or if you know someone who is sick and you want them to get well soon, or you can let someone know that you're praying for them, you're in your thoughts and prayers. Okay, and then one color is enough. I don't have to put a whole heap. So you decide which color you want to use for it. So now, I don't need to draw it pencil. I want to put out some heart. The heart is a symbol of love. So I want to show them that we love them and we're thinking of them too. So I have the heart. I don't have to draw it with pencil. I could draw straight with the marker. Alright, now and then inside of the card I want to say something. I use a space. You can use a lettering or you could use a normal writing. I want to put thank you. And I'll put for your selfless. Sacrifice. Now remember, if you're doing this in pen or markers, you need to make sure that you get your spelling, the grammar correct, because if you go over it marker, then you realize if you make a mistake in your spelling, you have to make adjustment. Or you can do it in pencil first, so if you're not certain of the spelling, then you could write it over in marker and then from there. And there we go. Let me see your card, Jakim. Let's put it up for them to see. Wow, excellent. So while Jakim is doing that, I make me hurry put some colors in the heart. Colors for give it some little. I use different colors because then I'm thinking about the different ethnic groups. It's not just one people. I mean, we're one people, but different ethnicity coming together, working together to make sure we all stay safe. Alright, so Jakim, let's see yours. Wow, excellent. So thank you for being with us. I hope this helps you in creating a lot of greeting cards for everyone you care about. Until next time, goodbye.